Why am I around a fire? There's a reason fires have been at the center of human life for thousands of years. And it's not just the nostalgia, it's the environment it creates. The lighting with fire is so dynamic. It's always moving, it's always flowing and changing. There's nothing constant about it. It's never quite the same from one second to the next. It's so different from the indoor lighting that we experience most of the time. And it's not just the light. Fire is a multisensory experience. It's the light and also the heat that we get from that. But you can hear it as well. You can hear those crackles of the wood. You can hear the fire pit as it expands and contracts. You can smell the burning wood. And even visually, it's not just the flames licking around. The wood changes shape, and it changes as it's consumed. Pieces fall off. As it goes into coals and embers, the flames are gone, but you can see the different spots of heat in different places. It's a dynamic, multi-sensory experience that evolves over time. So what does that mean for me? It's easier to sit quietly. It's easier to contemplate without forcing focus. It's easier to just be. The fire allows contemplation without effort. It draws your attention. It doesn't force it. You can sit and contemplate and ponder, and it just pulls you in. It's not something you need to think about. It kind of gives you the same benefits of meditation without you really having to do any effort to meditate, because the fire helps you out with that. And it's not just contemplation either. There's something about being around a fire that just is more fun and engaging. There are times when I will come out here in the summers when it's a little warmer and set up a little tray and just do my work by the fire. Because sure, I could be inside doing the work, but isn't it so much nicer just to sit out here by the fire and do it? And humans didn't just survive with fire. They gathered around it. Now, back in the day, the fire was the light and the fire was the safety and the warmth. It's so much different in the modern world. Nowadays, the safety is inside. The light is inside. So nowadays, when we gather around a fire, it's usually darker outside than it is when we're gathering inside. And I've found that this leads to fewer visual distractions, more stillness, less of a tendency to perform or feel on the spot like you do when you're inside at a party. The fire naturally draws the attention of the gathering, and we're all kind of focused on the same thing. The conversation flows naturally, and when you get that lull, it's less awkward because during the lull, people will contemplate the fire, and then we'll just sit and enjoy it as a collective experience, not as a strange pause where no one can think of what to say next. And that's not the only thing we do together around the fire, focusing and contemplating. Sometimes we'll cook together. Sometimes we'll tend the fire together as a community, and even occasionally sing some songs or tell some stories. The fire itself just gathers and becomes that focal point for everyone. We started having friends over at our house for fire pits years ago. We started during the COVID pandemic when that was really the only safe way to gather, and it gave us a way to gather and have something fun to do. But what surprised us about it is people lingered around the fire for longer. The conversations went deeper. We felt less pressure to entertain. Over time, the fire pits became more and more regular. Instead of calling them spur of the moment, we set a schedule up. There became a rhythm to it. And over the last year, it's become a steady and stabilizing flow for building community among my circle of friends. And the nice thing is the environment does most of the work. There's not a lot of planning involved. There's not a lot of personality driving it. It's fairly low effort compared to, say, hosting a party every 2 weeks. We just set the fire going, pull some extra chairs out, put out a few snacks, and enjoy a nice evening with our friends. Something I've come to understand about myself over the last few months is that when it comes to improving focus and connection, I've tended to turn inward. But you can let the environment do some of that work. I think I've always understood that at some level, but now I'm really gaining an appreciation for just how powerful that could be. So that's something I'm going to be a lot more intentional and deliberate about going forward. Not just with the fire, with other environments too. How can I leverage the environment to do some of that work of the identity change and the transformation? And sitting around a fire is a perfect place to think about it.